Hi, my name is Isabel Nader, and one of the themes I chose to depict is jealousy. The green eyed monster can gestate in the mind and be born into the world. The first quote I picked is from Act 3, Scene 3, Iago, where he goes, "Oh, beware, my lord of jealousy! It is the green eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds upon. That cuckold lives in bliss, who, certain of his fate, loves not his wronger, but oh, what damned minutes tells he, or who doubts yet doubts, suspects yet soundly loves." The second quote I picked is from Act 3, Scene 4 with Amelia, where she goes, "But jealous souls will not be answered so. They are not ever jealous for the cause, but jealous for their jealous. It is a monster, begot upon itself, born upon itself." This image, as you can see, is a monster. It is specifically Othello with his mind, his head being changed into this monster who will devour everything, including himself. I chose to have it like this because, much like the theme it is gestates in the mind and can be born into the world. So it had to start from his head, because that's where all of these jealous thoughts began, and that's what ultimately ended up being his downfall. Was how in his mind he was second guessing everything because of Iago. This theme is depicted throughout the entirety of the play, with Iago trying to get Othello to succumb to his jealousy and turn into this rageful monster who takes over not only himself and ruins his own life, but ruins the lives of many others. This theme is developed throughout the entirety of the play because most of the play's plotline revolves around Iago trying to get Othello to turn into this rageful, jealous monster. Iago does everything in his power to get Othello to become this way, setting up Cassio to look like he's cheating on Bianca with Desdemona, which is thus cheating on Othello. He manipulates everyone that he can, making everyone think he is this perfect person, so everyone will believe him when he starts to spread these lies and starts to poison the mind of Othello. For my second theme, I chose that senses often deceive the mind, for this was extremely relevant throughout the entire play. The first quote I chose is from Act 1, Scene 3, where Iago goes, "Thus do I ever make my fool my purse, for I my own gained knowledge should profane, if I would time extend with such a snipe, but for my sport and profit." The second quote I picked is from Act 4, Scene 1. The context of this is Iago has told Othello to go hide while he talks to Cassio. The quote being, "Now I will question Cassio of Bianca, a huswife that by selling her desires buys herself bread and clothes. It is a creature that dotes on Cassio, and 'tis the strumpet's plague to beguile many, and be beguiled by one. When he hears of her, he cannot refrain from excess laughter. Here he comes." With the image I made, I chose to portray Desdemona in a beautiful, angelic light, as that's exactly what she was and what she is. Everything she did was trying to be the best that she could be and be the angel and have a level-headed mind, but obviously Iago had other plans. He intended on everyone, specifically Othello, perceiving her as this demon and this awful person who was cheating on her husband, and thus that's how she gained the nickname Desdemon by Othello. And I chose to act a little on that, literally turning her into more of a demon, as that's how Othello perceived her later on because of Iago. This theme is further developed in the play because this is mainly what Iago uses to get Othello to become this jealous monster. He deceives all of his senses with his sight by having it seem like he sees the handkerchief with Cassio, and having his ears where he has Othello seem like he's listening to Cassio discuss things about Desdemona when he's discussing things about Bianca. All of Iago's main manipulations against Othello were manipulation of the senses, and he did deceive his senses.